Let us begin with understand the use of internet for development. ICT is associated with productivity improvements. The exploitation of the ICT gives industries of a country a competitive advantage. ICT opens up a whole new avenue of economic activities, including development of hardware and software, online services, and many others. ICT offers tools that accelerate development and may become shortcut to economic growth. The countries with the right mix of skills, infrastructure, and policies could become important locations in global market for ICT products generally. ICT is information communication technologies. Countries as diverse as Brazil, China, Costa Rica, Israel, Malaysia, and Romania have all been able to gain niches in such markets. This benefit of ICT is denied to those countries that stand at the other side of the digital divide. Thus, the existing gap between the developing and developed countries keep on widening. ICT has spread at an astonishing rate. This has created disruptions and divisions in the world. Disruption occurs because of the inadequacies of existing institutions to cope with the rapid change and new demands. Institutions and organizations that do not cope up would risk loss, irrelevance, and closure. Technological changes are favorable to those who are prepared in advance. The world's different speeds of change and different stages of preparedness mean that existing digital divides are certain to widen. Now let us now learn about e-governance in politics 2.0. E-governance is the application of ICT to the processes of government functioning for good governance. In other words, e-governance is the public sector's use of ICTs with the aim to improve information and service delivery, encourage citizen participation in decision making, and make government more accountable, transparent, and efficient. The Ministry of Information and Technology states that e-governance goes far beyond mere computerization of stand-alone back office operation. It implies fundamental changes in government operations that are responsible for the legislature, executive, judiciary, and citizens. According to CAG, that is Comptroller and Auditor General, UK e-governance means providing public access to information via the internet by government departments and their agencies. So, in essence, e-governance is the application of ICT in government functioning to bring in smart governance, implying simple, moral, accountable, responsive, and transparent governance. That is, it's called as smart governance. E-governance is actually putting all the services of government electronically. What government is doing for us in the policies of, like you say, taxation, licensing, education, ticketing, banking, health, many other aspects, which are whatever the government is doing for its citizens is governance. And when these governance practices are put online, citizens are able to access them online. We call it as e-governance. So let us understand what SMART is. S stands for simple, meaning simplification of rules, regulations, and processes of government through the uses of ICTs and thereby providing for a user-friendly government. Second is model, connoting emergence of an entirely new system of ethical values in the political and administrative machinery. Technology interventions improve the efficiency of anti-corruption agencies, police, judiciary, etc. Responsive, streamlining the processes to speed up service deliveries and make system more responsive. T stands for transparent, bringing information hitherto confined in the government documents to the public domain and making processes and functions transparent, which in turn would bring equity and rule of law in responses of the administrative agency. Smart governance thus helps in improving the internal organizational processes of government, providing better information and service delivery, increasing government transparency in order to reduce corruption, reinforcing political credibility and accountability, and promoting democratic practices through public participation and consultation. E-governance and e-government. E-governance and e-government are often used interchangeably, so distinguishing between them at this stage is imperative. According to Thomas B. Riley, government and governance are both getting the consent and cooperation of the governed. But whereas government is the formal apparatus for this objective, governance is the outcome as experienced by those on the receiving end. E-government can be more productive version of government in general if it is well implemented and managed. E-governance can evolve into participatory governance if it is well supported with appropriate principles, objectives, programs and architectures. E-government is thus the modernization of processes and functions of government using the tools of ICT as to transform the way it serves its constituents. As per the World Bank, e-government refers to the use by government agencies of information technologies such as wide area networks, internet and mobile computing that have the ability to transform relations with citizens, businesses, and other arms of government. It is the use of technology to enhance the access to and delivery of government services to benefit citizens, business partners, and employees. E-governance, on the other hand, goes beyond the service delivery aspects and is seen as a decisional process. It is about the use of ICT in the systems of governance, that is, using ICT to involve multi stakeholders in decision making and in making governments open and accountable. Virtual democracy, social sharing to social change. Over the last 2 decades, there has been a continuing development and renewal of strategies and practices surrounding e-governance around the world. In every country, governments around the world have embraced new information and communication technologies to increase the efficiency of internal processes, deliver better information and the other services to citizens and businesses, invite citizens and stakeholder participation in planning decisions, improve communications, and sometimes even enhance democratic processes. As other countries in the world, in India too, digital technologies are becoming the main driving force in every sector of Indian economy. The government at the national, state, and the local levels are increasingly adopting e-government technologies in public service deliveries. Most of the past or ongoing e-governance initiatives have been undertaken as part of the conventional planning and implementation framework. However, owing to the federal structure of governance in the country leads to the complex interplay of situations, actors and processes influenced by multiple organizations operating at different layers. In view of this, let us try to understand the journey of the country in e-government and e-governance spaces by covering various milestones, explained in the two parts. Firstly, from the year 1970s to 1990s, when the basic digital infrastructure and the related organizations were established. And then 1919 onwards, when the country achieved major softwares and legal steps. So let us now begin with the first part, that is from 1970s to 1990s, which was the establishment of the simple hardware, you can say, the IT based organizations. Establishment of DOE in 1970. DOE is Department of Electronics. First and foremost, the key milestone in this journey has been the establishment of Department of Electronics. Understanding the increasing importance of electronics, the Government of India had established DOE in the year 1970 for the better governance of technology implementation in the country. Then establishment of NIC, National Information Center, in 1977. The successive formation of the National Informatics Center in the year 1977 on the recommendations of then Planning Commission of Government of India was the next major step as it brought information into the national priorities. The third was the use of office automation softwares in government offices from 1977 to 1980s. By the end of 1980s, computers had spread to significant number of government offices, but primarily for the word processing. Slowly and gradually by year 1980, with the increasing use of database softwares used for storage and retrieval of data, and with the development of networking technologies, many government departments had started using IT for other government to government related activities such as payroll processing or inventory management. The next step was the establishment of NICNet and VSAT in 1987. The main thrust for implementation of digital technologies in governance was spurred by the launching of NICNet in 1987, the national satellite, which is a based computer network. Metwhy, erstwhile Datewhy, then the Department of Electronics launched the National Satellite-Based Computer Network NICNet and installed VSAT terminal at almost every district of the country. NICNet supported District Information System of the National Informatics Center program to computerize all district offices in the country, for which free hardware and software was offered to the state governments. For the next few years in 1980s and early 1990s, as the teleconnectivity and internet connectivity progressed, a large number of e-government initiatives such as maintenance of land records, utility payments, etc., started mushrooming, but in isolation with each other, both at the central and state levels. We would cover this aspect in the other sections. Then the establishment of DISNIC. This was continued with the launch of District Information System of the National Informatics Center program to computerize and digitalize all the districts and their offices in the country, for which free hardwares and software was facilitated to make governance in the district easier, and it was provided to the state governments as well. Then comes the extension of NICNet in 1990s. Also, NICNet was extended through the state capitals and headquarters by 1990. Now let us look at the second phase, that is the growth of e-governance in India from 1990s till now, that is the growth of the softwares. Up till now, it was all established, that was the basic hardware and networking was being done. Now came the phase when the different softwares and the different initiatives and apps were launched for the smooth functioning of the e-governance aspect. So first was in 1990s, railways and the other initiatives. It was in early 1990s that the application of information and communication technologies had started in government workplaces, both for internal automation as well as for public service deliveries. Online reservation system, railway reservation system, irctc.co.in became the most prominent initiatives. Then the establishment of NTF, a national task force on information technology and software development, was also constituted in May 1998. Information technology was now being recognized as the frontier area of knowledge, and Government of India took a conscious decision to utilize ICT as an enabling tool for all concerns confronting government functioning. After we have traced the genesis of some of the important milestones related to the establishment of digital infrastructure in the country, it is equally relevant to trace the growth of digital initiatives and related softwares, advance of Government of India in public domain, particularly from 1990 onwards in the subsequent subsections. Then the year 2000, Information Technology Act. In the year 2000, the Indian government announced the IT Act of 2000 of India that provided a legal framework to the digital initiatives in the country. Year 2006, National E-Governance Plan. Government of India announced National E-Governance Plan, referred as NEGP, in the year 2006. It comprised of 27 mission mode projects and 8 components to make all government services accessible to the common man in his locality through common service delivery outlets and ensure efficiency, transparency and reliability of such services at affordable costs to realize the basic needs of the common man. Some of the mission mode projects conceived under NGP have been have been proved relevant for the present times. One such example is Passport Seva project. The Passport Seva project, one of the best e-governance project of Government of India. It is well known in the world for smooth delivery of passport to Indian citizens. The project has been implemented by the Ministry of External Affairs in public-private partnership with Tata Consultancy Services as the service partner. The project demonstrates how innovative use of information and communication technology (ICT) can transform the way citizens receive services from government institutions. The entire process of citizen service delivery has been automated. Services are delivered through a country-wide network environment integrated Passport Seva Kendras, PSKs, Passport Seva Lagu Kendras, PSLKs, passport offices, and external stakeholders involved in the process, that is police, India Security Press and Indian Post. Then the last stage, or you can say not the concluding, but yes, the latest entry, the year 2008 to 2013 IT Act amendments, NSDG, National IT Policy, implementation of public cloud and mobile seva framework. Year 2008 saw amendments in the Act, IT Act 2000. These amendments include enabling central government to issue rules time to time related with electronic signature as per the evolution of technology, and penalized sending offensive messages, pornography, child porn, cyber terrorism, and voyeurism. It also gave authorities the power of interception or monitoring or decryption of any information through any computer resource. In the same year, 2008, National Service Delivery Gateway (NSDG) was launched as a standard-based messaging switch to provide seamless interoperability and to help in tracking and time-stamping all transactions of the government. The national policy on IT was approved in the year 2012 to encourage adoptions of the IT tools and million additional ICT skilled manpower to adopt open standards with several such IT-focused national goals. In the year 2013, Government of India announced GI Cloud by the name of Meghraj. It was rolled out to utilize and harness the benefits of cloud computing in governance domain. In the year 2013, Mobile Seva. The National Mobile Governance Initiative was also formally launched with the aim of making India a world leader in harnessing the potential of mobile governance for inclusive development. Mobile Seva provides an integrated platform for all government departments and agencies for delivery of public services to citizens and businesses over mobile devices using SMS, USSD, IVRS, CBS, LBS, and mobile applications. It is easily accessible through mobile application stores and the mobile governance portal. Then comes the year 2014 and 15, inception of My Government and eKranti. Indian citizen engagement platform called mygovernment.in was established in the year 2014. My Government is a citizen engagement platform of Government of India that was launched on July 26, 2014. My Government aims to establish a link between government and citizens to promote the active participation of Indian citizens in country's governance and development. My Government initiates dialogue with citizens to provide real contribution and not just sharing of theoretical ideas. The portal has around 70 groups of various government departments and ministries, each designed around three modes of participation, namely do, discuss, and disseminate. The do section consists of online and on-ground tasks that the citizen can undertake based on their interests. The discussion section helps citizens to express their valued insight and views to improve government's policy initiatives. Citizens can participate in group-centric online discussions in the form of public consultations, open forums, and can share their thoughts and ideas. Any idea shared by a contributor is expected to be discussed on these discussion forums, allowing feedback and interaction among all the stakeholders. The third mode of citizen engagement, that is disseminate, consists of information being categorized and spread through blogs, talks, newsletters, and a host of My Government microsites. Through talks defined on My Government as dialogue with decision makers, citizens get an opportunity to connect and engage with government representatives through live chats. My Government offers several avenues to the citizens to volunteer for various creative activities such as designing a slogan, participating in related contests, etc. In the year 2015 happened eKranti. National E-Governance Plan version 2.0 was initiated with the vision of transforming e-governance for transferring governance and had 44 mission mode projects. Further, Government of India announced its umbrella program called Digital India in the year 2014 and formally launched it in the year 2015 with an aim to transform India into a digitally empowered society and knowledge economy for deriving economic, social, and environmental benefits from the digital technologies. I hope you are clear with the journey of the e-governance in India, which has been divided into the two phases. Thank you so much for watching this video.